going to walk through this OCR paper now, and what's great about OCR is that you actually only need 40% of the paper in order to get your grade 4. It's out of 100 marks, so we're going to be looking for 40 marks on this paper so that we can secure that grade 4. First question, write down a mathematical name of this polygon. First thing we're going to do is count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sides, so we know that is an octagon. Second question, how many edges does a cube have? We know that edges are these long sides, so we're going to just trace around the shape and count them, and we know a cube has 12 edges. Don't confuse the edges with these corners. These corners are called vertices. Okay. Here is a list of numbers. Write down the mode. You know the mode is the most common. The most common number here is a number that appears the most times, so that's number 3. The range is a difference between the largest number and the smallest number. The largest number here is number 12, and the smallest number here is number 2. The difference between 12 and 2 is 10. The diagram shows a pair of parallel lines. Write down the value of A. It says here not to scale. Please don't go ahead and try using your protractor to work this out. It says not to scale, so you're not to use a protractor here. The value of A is this angle here, and we can see that this angle and this angle are corresponding angles. They're on the same side facing the same direction, so they are equal. So A is also 110 degrees. The value of B, well, B is an angle at a point on a straight line. 110 is already there. 110 taken from 180, because 180 is a straight line, is 70 degrees. So we know that B is 70 degrees. Jamie has some empty boxes. Each box can hold 73 pencils. Jamie has 590 pencils. Jamie says 8 boxes are needed to hold all of the pencils. Is Jamie correct? You must show your working. So what we're going to do is, using our calculator, because this is a calculator paper, we are going to do 590 divided by 73, and we get 8.08. So he's not correct. Because it's 8.08, he needs more than 8 boxes, okay? He would need 9 boxes because there's a remainder. And you could clearly show that with your working up here. Okay, it says you must show your working, so you would do 590 divided by 73 equals 8.08. Okay, that 0.08 means it's gone over the amount. The graph shows a number of mobile phones sold by a shop in June, July and August. Give 2 reasons why the graph is misleading. Well, straight away you can see that these bars are different widths, which makes us think that they're worth more than others. Okay, we would look at this one here and assume visually that that's larger than this one, but it's actually not. This one is higher. So the bars are not equal width, is my first point. My second point, I'm just going to check that this scale up the side is equal, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. So this is not equal, is it? There's not an equal interval on my y-axis. So not an equal interval on the y-axis. And you could also word that as the number of phones doesn't go up by the same amount each time, etc. Okay, but I'm just keeping this quite short and sweet so that we can blitz through it quickly. Question 6. Ashley has these 3 number tiles. Which one of Ashley's tiles show a cube number? Okay, so a cube number is a number times by itself, and then again, and then again. Okay, so 1 times 1 times 1 gives me 1. So 1 is a cube number. 2 times 2 times 2 gives me 8. So 8 is a cube number, and 8's there. write down a 2-digit prime number that can be made using 2 of Ashley's tiles. Well, the first thing I'm going to look at is my prime numbers, and I'm just going to go up in primes. And when I look straight away, I can see 23 is there. Okay, 23 is a prime number. So I'm going to put 23 in. Write down a 3-digit number closest to 300 that can be made using all 3 of Ashley's tiles. So the number closest to 300, let's have a look. So we can have 283. What else can we have? So 283 is how many away? Away from 300 by 17. Or we can have 328. That's away from 300 by 28. We're not going to start with 800. 328, 382, nope. 238 or 283. So we've got our combinations there, and we know that 283 is the closest 3-digit number to 300 using these tiles. And again, this is calculator, so you could have done that quicker than I've done that just by using a calculator. Question 7. Simplify t plus 5t minus 4t. See, t on its own is the same as 1t. 1t plus 5t is 6t. 6t minus 4t is 2t. Factorise means I'm going to put back into brackets. So what I'm going to do here is put x on the outside of my brackets. How do I make x become x squared? I times it by x. There's a plus there, so I'm going to put a plus in here. And then how do I make x become 2x? I times it by 2. So my answer is x, bracket, x plus 2, close bracket. Question 8. Write the following in order of size, smallest first. First thing I'm going to do is work out how I'm going to convert these, what I'm going to use, and I think I'm going to put them all into decimals. So I'm just going to list these now as decimals. So I know 52.9% is 0.529. 530 over 1,000. Again, if you want to, you can absolutely use your calculator for this. It will put it into decimals for you. Just make sure you're pressing the S to D button. So that will give me 0.53. 9 over 17. And to put this in your calculator, you're literally just going to write 9 divided by 17. And S to D if it doesn't already give it to you as a decimal. And that gives you 0.52941176. I would just write down everything because you don't know what digits you're going to need, and it's better to have them listed and then not use them than to then have to go back, because obviously this paper's got more questions, so I'd be mindful of time throughout. Now I've done this, I'm just going to go back, and all of the numbers, I'm going to just put the same amount of digits on all of them by just filling them in with zeros. Okay, this is why it helps to list them nice and neatly on your paper. And I'm going to start with the smallest. So we've got zeros all starting. Then we've got fives, all of the fives are here. So the next number across, 2 is my smallest number. The next number after, just looking at the 2's, is this one here. So this one is my smallest value. Okay, and I'm just going to make that a bit smaller. Now looking again, you've got 0.529 twice. This one has a 4 though, and this one doesn't. So this is the next smallest value. And again, just going to make that a bit smaller so it goes on my line. And then we know this is the next one. And finally, we have got this one. Now what you can do, which I didn't do, is just make sure when you're converting them, you're writing the originals next to them. So when you write them back here, you can quite easily just write them back in their original form. Okay. Question 9. A pattern is made out of blue tiles and yellow tiles. A third of the tiles are blue. There are 36 yellow tiles. Work out the number of tiles. A lot of words there, and they are there to just throw you off. Don't worry about them though. So we're just going to write blue to yellow. And a third of the tiles are blue, which means 2/3 are yellow. So from blue to yellow, it's 1 to 2. And we don't know what blue is, but we do know that yellow is 36. Now yellow is 36 and there are 2 shares of yellow. So if 2 shares are 36, 1 share is half of that, which is 18. 18 to 36 is 1 to 2 in that ratio. The total number of tiles is 18 plus 36, which gives me 54. Again, you could have used a calculator for that. That's absolutely fine if you want to do that. It is a calculator paper. So the total number is 54 tiles. Again, work out using your calculator